Today our experiment is study of hydraulic brake system and its layout. What is hydraulic brake system? Brakes which are operated by means of hydraulic pressure are known as hydraulic brakes. In a hydraulic brake system, when the brakes are applied, the pressure increase sufficiently in the system to produce equal and uniform braking action on all the four wheels. The hydraulic brake function are the principle of Pascal's law. Now, what is the law? The law said that the confined liquid transmit pressure intensity equally in all directions. This is the Pascal's law. Now, the multiplication of force in a hydraulic brake system is in two stages. One is partially by mechanical linkage between paddle and master cylinder, and second partially by hydraulic system of oil pressure transmit based on Pascal's law. Now, how the function of hydraulic brake system? Here is the picture of hydraulic brake system. This is push rod which is connected, which is already connected to the master cylinder piston, and another side which is not shown here is also connected to the brake paddle. This is the master cylinder, those are the brake lines, and which is also goes to the wheel cylinder. Here is the picture. This is the hydraulic brake system. Basically, that type of system are shown all the automotive cars. Most of the automotive cars you might be shown. And here is the picture. This is the paddle, and this is the linkage, that is called push rod. That is boot, that is boot section. Then this is the servo brake. Then these are the master cylinder. Now that type of, here is this picture, the master cylinder, the construction of the master cylinder. Here is it shown there are two pistons. So if there is two piston and two chamber, but the linkage here same, that type of construction you may call Tandem master cylinder. And here the pistons are arranged inline position, so it's called inline cylinder. So the Tandem master cylinder is another name, is inline master cylinder. Now here those port, there are two outlet port. One port is go to the front side that means front wheel side, and another port, that means another braking line goes to the rear wheel side, and some combination valve are there, some. Now the construction of the brakes. See, the front section we may call disc brake, and the rear section you may call drum brake. Now the function of the hydraulic brake system. Basically, the hydraulic brakes system consists of 4 wheels, one at each of 4 wheels of the vehicle. The system also consists one master cylinder, and which is connected to the wheel cylinder by steel tube. Okay. Now when the brake are applied, see, if you see when the brake are applied, what happens? On the disc brake section, if you see the disc brake section, the fluid of the master cylinder is forced into a caliper where it press against piston. The piston in turn or squeeze to brake pad. This is called brake pad. So against the disc rotor. So when is push the piston to the rotor, to the pad against the disc rotor, which is attached to the wheel, and forcing it to slow down and stop. This is the basic construction of disc brake. And if you see the drum brake section, that is called rear wheel section, the fluid is forced into the wheel cylinder. So here is the picture. This is the wheel cylinder, and those are the shoe. Those are called shoe. So those 1 and 2 both are shoe connected to the wheel cylinder. Now here is the picture. 2 pistons are there, which is connected to the inner spring, and also which is when the fluid is forced into the wheel cylinder, which pushes the brake shoe out, so that the friction lining are pass against the drum, which is attached to the wheel and causing the wheel to stop. Now here is the hydraulic brake system. Some special fluid are used in this system. That brake fluid is designed to withstand the cold temperature without thinkering, as well as very high temperature without boiling. So brake fluid must meet the standard that are set by the Department of Transport, that is DOT. Its current standard is DOT 3. Nowadays the brake fluid are use DOT 3. Some of the luxurious or modern car are use DOT 4. Some European car you might be seen are use DOT 4. Now what are the property of the brake fluid are required? Basically the brake fluid are low viscosity oil. It is used to conventional and booster hydraulic brake system. Also use. Based on the Pascal's law, it serves equal good brake oil required. First of all, high boiling point. It required high boiling point. It should be high boiling point. Second, better lubricant ability. It should be less variation of viscosity, and it should be low corrosion also. This one is the front brake system. This is disc brake system. This is the called brakes or rotor. This is hub which is connected to the rotor, and the wheel is connected to the hub. This is caliper unit. Now if you see, the brake pad are inside to the caliper unit, and this is piston, wheel cylinder, this piston, and this one is the wheel cylinder. So caliper unit are combined with wheel cylinder. This is the bendy pipe, and this one is the flexible hose, which is goes to the wheel cylinder also. So when the brake oil comes, it goes to the through hose. Goes to the wheel cylinder. This is the bleeder screw, and this is the caliper pin. Now when I open the unit, you are also see the whole component minutely. And rear section, this is the drum unit. Most of the heavy vehicles or rear wheel drive car, you see the rear section are drum unit. Most of the modern vehicles are replace the drum unit, and all four wheels are discs. Now come to the drum unit. This is the wheel cylinder, this is the returning spring, and this is the shoe, this one and this one shoe. This is the brake line which is go to the master cylinder also. Now I will open the Maruti 800 and show it. Advantages of hydraulic brakes. Hydraulic disc brake dissipate the heat thoroughly and distribute heat more evenly than the traditional brake system, which means the hydraulic brakes are more likely to last longer. Second, the hydraulic brake system, including power, accuracy and efficiency, and also is to maintenance by which the can be controlled very easily, and a large amount of power can be generated by the system. The brake fluid also acts as a lubricant and reduce the frictional loss at high speed braking. And last of all, the multiplication of driver effort. The hydraulic brake is more efficient than the mechanical brake. Higher mechanical advantages are occur. And disadvantages of the hydraulic brake systems. There is always the possibility of oil fluid leakage, which can render the system inoperative or compromise the friction surfaces. That means if the fluid or oil are leakage from the hose or any particular connection at particular location, what happens? It is drop the pressure and inoperative conditions are created. Extreme heat may cause the fluid to boil, forming gas bubble which compress and can't transmit pressure efficiently. Sometimes if the front wheel fluid are heated so much, what happens? The internal composition or internal characteristic of the oil brake coils are come down. So the pressure transmit ability also deteriorate at time. Third is environmental factors such as moisture can deteriorate the hydraulic fluid over the time and cause corrosion and failure of the internal component. That means it is the most essential thing. If the hydraulic cap remain open, what happens? The internal character of the hydraulic fluids are become down. So it is essential to maintain the preservation of liquid system, because if it is open to atmosphere, or it is contact to the atmosphere, so moisture can react with hydraulic fluid, and the internal property become low. So the internal failure, internal corrosion may be rise in the brake pipe. There are some advantage, some equal braking effect on all the wheels, comparatively less pedal effort, high multiplication of brake pedal effort, and quicker operation due to absence of too many linkage of rod and shaft. Now show the layout the hydraulic brake system. Now what is the layout? Now first of all, this is the brake pedal, then this is push rod, then that is the most important component. This is the master cylinder with oil reservoir, and those are the brake lines. This is the model. This is a compact model. So the line they are shown. These are the brake lines, and also the wheels. Wheels means the piston wheel, the wheel cylinders. Those are the wheel cylinders. So there are 4 wheel cylinders are there, both front and rear. Okay. Now working. Now when the driver depresses the pedal, the effort is transmitted through rod to the piston. Where is the piston is inside there, to the piston of master cylinder. The piston moves into the cylinder and compress the return spring. And forcing out to the fluid from the forcing out to the brake fluid to the brake line and goes to the wheel cylinder. There is the master cylinder which inside 2 pistons. So this is called a tandem master cylinder or double piston cylinder. So and between two pistons, one spring, one primary spring, primary spring and one secondary spring are placed. Okay. Now this is the port This is the outlet port, which is come from, one is front side and another is come to the rear side. Acha. Basically, the pipe arrangement are three types. One is diagonal section, which is presently used in all the modern cars and also some commercial vehicles. What is diagonal? Now, this system is, the pipe is, suppose one port are come from one outlet pipe are come to the front pipe are come to the front wheel right side, and another which is linked to the rear side left hand wheel, and another is connected to rear right side wheel and also connected to the front left side wheel. So this is basically diagonal section. So it is called diagonal